morning. It's October the 17th, and we're going to go ahead and plant our Montana Giant garlic that a friend of ours, Robert from upstate New York, sent us. These are some really huge cloves. I broke up the bulbs yesterday. I was going to try to get it planted yesterday, but we ran out of time. And you can see how nice these guys are, big. And what I have here is a row that's, just sit that there. That's 2 foot wide. Just look right there. 7 feet long. So what I've done is, you can see these indentions here. These are holes that I made, and I spaced them 8 inches apart, center to center, this way and this way. And the holes themselves are between 2.5 and 3 inches deep. Now yesterday I did get all of these mounds turned in. We're going to plant some onions over here and some tomatoes there, but this is our garlic row. So yesterday I added, while I was turning this in, you can see some straw, some composted leaves, some bunny manure, and then we added this tomato and vegetable fertilizer and some bone meal. We turned all of that in really well. This mound is probably, I'm going to say, 6 inches tall, and then it goes right down into the garden soil. So we've got probably, it can grow as deep as it wants. So what we're going to do now, since we've never planted this before, this kind of garlic, or this giant variety, Montana Giant garlic, we're going to plant it exactly like our friend Robert, who is a professional at growing this garlic, suggested. Last year we planted king garlic back there in a garlic bed, and we, on their site, for their garlic, they say pre-soak the garlic bulbs, or cloves rather. You break the bulbs apart, and then you've got your little cloves. Well, we pre-soak those in a fish emulsion fertilizer, but he doesn't do that. So we're going to try to mimic exactly how he does his, to hopefully get the results that he got, because that was some of the largest garlic I've ever seen, not being an elephant ear variety garlic. So we're going to do like he suggested, and hopefully we'll get the results that he got. So we've got our spacing, 8 inches, 8 inches. The holes are about 3 inches deep. We've already turned this in, so we don't need this anymore. And he suggests using a triple super phosphate, 0-45-0. And it's to promote root growth and bulbs. It helps with that, and it doesn't burn the roots. We got this at our local feed and seed nursery, but you can pick this stuff up at Ace Hardware. Some Ace Hardwares carries it. Some Rural Kings and Tractor Supplies carry it, and you can get it online. I think this bag was only $12. So to each hole. Let me get this thing open. I've got a 1 tablespoon scoop, and each hole I'm going to put 1 tablespoon. Okay. Now we've got the triple phosphate in each hole. And then he says you can set your garlic cloves right on top. And when you plant your garlic, you want to take the pointy end and face it up. And this end is where the roots are going to come out. So we're going to put that facing down. So we'll just... Okay, now he suggests just lightly cover it over. But I tell you what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and add some water to that, so we can get it working. Okay, that's saturated pretty good. Now I know I got each clove covered in water. And then we're just going to rake the soil back over it. And since I turned this soil in probably 3 or 4 times while I was adding the amendments, it's real light and airy. I could take my hand like this and probably push it down in the soil that deep. It's so light and airy. Now that we've got the soil on top of there, we'll come back through here and water it in again. Okay, then what I have here is our composted leaves. I've got a video on how I get this, and it's just leaves that our municipality gives us. You can see how nice and rich and dark that is. We're going to cover it with a couple of inches of these. Now he suggests 4 to 5 inches, so we're going to do another layer of that. You can see how nice and rich and broke down and black that is. That's some really good stuff. And that's about it. Level it off so when I water it, water don't run off to one side or another. All right. So there it is. That's our Montana Giant garlic planted. I'll probably go back here and get another. That's a 2-gallon water pitcher. Go ahead and get it watered in again. Do another 2 gallons on top of that to mash it down flat. We've been having a cold spout this week. It was 34 degrees this morning and frost over everything. And some parts of Indiana got even freezing. We had to scrape the ice off the windshields of the vehicles this morning. So we're trying to get this garlic in early. I usually try to get it in by October 15th. In central Indiana, you can get your garlic in anytime in October through November. You want to get it in early enough that those roots start coming out of the bottom of the cloves, and it gets growing before you get a hard freeze. So that's what we try to do. And hopefully now, I think tomorrow we're going to get another cold morning, and then we're going to get back up into the 70s. So if the 70s hold out, we know for sure we'll probably be setting roots before we get to real freezing temperatures. And we may just have a good shot this year of growing some of this Montana Giant garlic sent to us from our friend Robert. And this is his technique to doing it. We're going to try it because it certainly worked well for him. And with any luck, and Lord willing, we'll get a harvest next year around, I believe, July is when we harvest it here in central Indiana. So we're going to be done with this for now. I am going to water it in one more time. and we'll call her done. Thanks for watching.